Sid's dead.
Hakeem very closer now to a triple-double. Mutumbo working against him, turns, swatted away. Hakeem gets his 10th block of the night. Hello and welcome, everyone. This is Kevin Harlan. I'm joined by Steve Kerr and Clark Kellogg. We've fired up the film, and we have a great game to look back on with Hakeem the Dream taking on Dikembe Mutombo in Houston, Texas.
Well, what more could you ask for in a matchup like this? Mountain Mutumbo going toe-to-toe with one of the great centers of all time in Hakeem Olajuwon.
Surely whoever can get the upper hand in the middle of the paint will have an advantage over their opponent. You know, it won't be easy, though, with two centers of this caliber.
And the contrasting styles of Hakeem's post-moves variety versus Mutombo's shot-blocking ability, that'll be fun to watch. We're in for a show.
A rundown of the Rockets who they've got out there right now. At the center, of course, is Hakeem Olajuwon. Otis Thorpe and Robert Horry fill out the forward positions for them. In the back, it's Kenny the Jet Smith and Vernon Maxwell rounding out the five. And on the Denver side,
what is going on with you, YouTube? This is Regular Dave coming at you with another video. And this is the NBA Greatest mode. Y'all know it's my favorite mode on 2K. This is the Hakeem Olajuwon challenge as he dunks to start the video off. And this is the Houston Rockets versus the Denver Nuggets. Classic matchup of Dikembe Mutombo versus Hakeem Olajuwon. It's not a super exciting matchup, man. It's just not. Like, Denver is not that type of team where you can say it's super exciting, but Hakeem is one of my favorite players. So I was like, okay, I wanted to play with him from the first one, but I was like, all right, let me run with the Lakers. Let me run with the Bulls and all them. But now I'm bringing you guys Hakeem Olajuwon. And, yeah, man, he's just a great. There goes Muhammad Abdul Rauf. What's crazy is they didn't even speak on it, the commentators, but he had Tourette syndrome. His name was Chris Jackson at LSU, but he changed it. He turned Muslim and changed it. But that's Big Shot Bob, man. Robert Horry making big shots, man. He made big shots for Houston. He made some huge shots for LA and some real big shots for San Antonio. So he gets the name Big Shot Bob. He deserves it, man. Robert Horry, man, all those rings. He definitely deserves that moniker. But, yeah, man, this is a good matchup. I wouldn't say it was a great matchup. Denver was, pretty good, but they were never like championship caliber. And this is Hakeem, man, the master of 1,000 moves. His footwork was so perfect. Check this move out right there. That's real talk. That's real Hakeem, man. He could get it any different way he wanted to. Whenever you hear about players, working on a post game, you hear that they work with Hakeem Olajuwon in the off season, because his post game was like, his footwork was crazy. But check out Kenny the Jet Smith. Oh my goodness. Oh my god, and he's gonna step over him and look at him. That's a tech now, but let's check out the director's replay.
Cause I feel so awesome. How you feel? Awesome. I guess that awesome. You fine and your...
I had to show you the director's replay, man. That dunk deserved a Hurst and a tear. Cause I killed it and I stole that from Big Sean, but I'm gonna use it like it's my own. But yeah, Kenny the Jet Smith, man, he could dunk. He could fill it up. He could shoot. He's not just a little goofy, funny announcer on TNT, man. He could play, man. He was in a couple dunk contests, did a couple goofy dunks. But this Houston Rockets team, let's talk about them, man. That saying, never underestimate the heart of a champion. That was a speech that Rudy Tomjanovich made, because they were a high seed, I think, when they won their first title. And they made a lot of comebacks. I think they had a big comeback against the Rockets. Against the Suns. But you know what? That was a true saying, man. Never underestimate the heart of a champion, because they were never out of it. And they won their titles in between time, in between Mike's absence. Like, that's when they won their championships. The first year Mike retired, they won a championship. And then when he came back halfway, but he wasn't right, when he came back with number 45 and he dribbled the ball off his foot in the playoffs against Orlando, they won it. I would like to have seen, and that's that classic Olajuwon move, that pump fake you. Check out the stats, but I would like to have seen them play against the Bulls during that 2-year span where they were really, really good. I would like to see how they would have fared against the Bulls. You never know, man. Maybe the Bulls would have lost the finals. You never know, because this Houston team was a good team, did not give up, and I'm not sure what answer the Bulls would have had for Hakeem Olajuwon. I would have liked to seen that, but that's Mutumbo doing his thing, man. Master shot blocker, man. And I don't like to make fun of people, but when dude talks, man, he sounds like a cross between the Cookie Monster and Chewbacca. Like that's just that's just real talk, man. He sounds like a Wookiee, but he also sounds like the Cookie Monster. And he used to play a lot of defense with his face when he played against Shaq because he was so outmatched. But, all right, I'm not going to bag on Dikembe enough. I already bagged on his shoes and how he talks. He was a good player, so I'll leave it at that, man. He used to block his shot and then wave his finger at you. They eventually turned that into a tech, but that was his thing, man. He blocked his shot and wave his finger. I remember Mike dunked on him once and then waved his finger at him. That was cold. that was cold, but... yeah, let's get back, man. Hakeem's going to go ham in this game. Like, he's going to go crazy at some point where I'm just going to abuse Dikembe, string off a lot of points. And Hakeem, for a center, had a beautiful stroke. He had a beautiful stroke. And here's Rodney Rogers on the break. And I don't remember Rodney Rogers flying through the air like this. I know this dunk ain't all that crazy, but I don't remember. Maybe I was younger, a lot younger, so maybe my recollection is off. But the thing about this NBA Greatest Mode that I love so much is it gets you thinking about players that you would have never thought about again ever in your life. And you're like, oh, I remember him. It's Hakeem going ham. But that's what I like about this Greatest Mode. Like, when would I ever have thought about Mario Elie again? Or Rodney Rogers or Muhammad Abdul-Rauf? Like, if they would have never crossed my brain ever again. And I'm like, oh, yeah, I remember I had his basketball card. Here goes Mutumbo playing defense with his face flopping. They called a blocking foul because he used to do that a lot, man, especially later in his career. He used to flop, not as much as Vlade, but he was a flopper. And here goes Sam Cassell, man. Everybody knows Sam for his looks or lack thereof, but I'm not going to talk about a grown man's looks. Here we go, man. Hakeem with that beautiful stroke. I couldn't miss. And this is crazy because this is the second time I had to play this challenge. The first time, oh my goodness, Robert Pack. Yeah, I mean, I think that dunk deserves a Hurst in a tier too. He could dunk, man. He was a high flyer. Had some good showings in the dunk contest. Robert Pack was a good dunker. But the first time I played Denver, man, they did not miss. They was blowing me out by like 20 in the fourth. So I had to restart it. And then the second time, I couldn't miss. So I don't know what's going on with this game, man. This game is all over the place. Like, 2K got some issues to fix. And this is Hakeem. Look at this right here. Look at this. Look at Hakeem. Oh, my goodness. Look at that footwork and a dunk, man. He wasn't above the rim high flyer as he abuses Mutumbo like a rag doll. He wasn't an above the rim high flyer, but he was exciting because he was just a beautiful player to watch. And, man, this is just turning into highlight central, man. Who is this? Williams dunking over people? But this is one of the few games, man, that I had to lead like all the way throughout, man. I never felt uncomfortable. That never happens, man. These greatest challenges, man, y'all only see it once. I have to play them like 2 or 3 times. And I told you Hakeem was going to go ham at the end of this game. Like, he's not done. Like, he's just, check this out, fade away, man. He had a million moves. I only showed you a couple of them, but, you know, he had a big variety of moves. This game is pretty much over, man. We're going to seal the deal. Hakeem, man, he's going ham so much he's drawing a double. And, you know, he's a great big man passer. And that's Vernon Maxwell with the 3 to end the game. Gets the crowd crunk. And that is the end of it, man. I got me an achievement, wire to wire. That means I led from the beginning of the game, never trailed at any point. That's the first time I've ever done this on this game. And, of course, Hakeem's going to get player of the game. He couldn't be stopped by Dikembe Mutombo. And, man, I just enjoy these challenges so much. I'll bring you guys another one soon. Peace.
Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next time.
Let it go.